Vinny, travelling out the day before, happy with the preparation this week?
Yeah, it's obviously going to extra time was not ideal, but it did give us an opportunity to get minutes into certain players. We recovered really well. Trained yesterday, very light session, but trained some video work. And listen, we would have liked to go yesterday, but with COVID issues, I just felt that we're not allowed to leave the hotel. For argument's sake, Ireland has gone onto the red list in Estonia, so I just felt there was no point in sitting in a hotel for 2.5 days before a game. So we've decided to come this morning, allow the players have another night in their own bed, and we're really well prepared. We're ready. We've had a full health check on everybody again, as the protocols, and we're all safe and ready to travel. So it's really exciting time for us.
Yeah. You called last week's game, I think, down the line. Two teams went toe to toe. What are you expecting over here tomorrow night?
I'd hope to think it's the same. I think the amount of neutrals and people that I've met over the last week who said they really enjoyed the game, in terms of the spectacle, I think that's important. I think it's important to put on a show in terms of that's what football is all about. But ultimately we want to win. We have a difficult tie. It's always difficult away from home, but they need to score to beat us, so we need to make sure we're set up correctly. But also we've got to understand that there's a huge attacking threat in our game, and we've got to exploit that and give people the opportunity to go and attack and score goals.
Yeah, it's a different stadium than the one we were in 3 years ago. With all due respect to the last one, this looks like a proper European stadium.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of inspiring our players. I think they'll be really excited when they turn up at the ground this evening. Footballers want to play at the very best venues they can, and European football is special because of the different stadiums you play in, and I think that's part of the excitement of the game.
Yeah. Great to see Pat Hoban here. It's his birthday today. He's hit the big 3-0, but how big of a boost is to have him back in the squad?
Yeah, no, it's his birthday. He still managed to complain about the weather, so that means Pat's back to normal. He's had a great week this week. Myself and himself and a couple of young lads, I brought them into the 1v1 session on Monday, so that was really important for him. He met all the protocols after that. Him and Doctor have been in real close contact, and he trained as normal yesterday, so he's back part of the squad. So that's a real boost for everybody in the team and the club, and it's someone that's a real loud voice, something we've lacked a little bit at times, and he's a real leader, Pat. I'm really happy to have him around the squad.
How big of a game is it, Vinny, when you think of I'd say the prize and offer? It's a very tough game against Vitesse Arnhem for the winners, but that would be a fantastic game for the players to test themselves in.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult draw for both teams, whether it's us or Levadia that go through. But listen, these players, as much as people have ridiculed them for 6 months, and I keep saying some of it is deserved, some of it isn't. This is the level we want to operate on. This is the level I want to operate on. So it's another opportunity. But I said it's a 50-50 game, and whoever does their business right on the night will win and go through, and then the next round will look after itself then.
Yeah. And just finally, sad day yesterday for the club. Tommy Connolly, long association with Dundalk Football Club, former assistant manager, former underage coach with the Irish national teams, passed away. I'm sure as somebody who's, it was assistant manager and obviously took over the manager job, you can sort of relate to what Tommy did, but a sad day to lose somebody with that link to the club.
Yeah, really, really sad day. I mean, I know what assistant manager, the work he has to do, and it often goes under the radar, and rightly so. Well, when Dundalk done the double and he was there under Turlock, I know from speaking to him at different stages, when I first arrived, he was around the club at that stage a lot, always a friendly face, always someone that you really respected. You knew he'd achieved something in the game. The likes of Barry Keogh would have came in through him, and he certainly would have helped develop so many young players in the club. And I think it's a sad day for the club. And I think with myself, I didn't know him really personally that well over the last number of years. He wasn't around as much, sadly. So, but at the same time, when you see like a former, caretaker manager, stroke assistant manager, sort of makes it a little bit personal in that sense, because I know the hardship or the hard work that's involved in that role. So I think we've lost a true friend and a great person and a real club man, not just to Dundalk, but I think what he's done for Irish football with the underage setup. I've seen him at work so often, Mares and Talent programmes, and we'd be finished training and he'd be coming on at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Really lost a special person, and a very sad day for the club, but most importantly his family. And I think he'll long be remembered around Oriel Park. And it's just sad we don't have fans in over the next couple of days to pay the tribute that he probably deserves, but I'm sure his family will know everyone in the club is backing him, and we're here to offer our support.
Well said. Best of luck, Tony.
Thanks, Doc.